Hello, welcome to the Harvest Time team. I need to make money, I'm sure you found this because you typed that into Google. And I'm just not sure how you typed it in, though. You know, some people will type in, I need to make money. Other people will go, I need to make money. Well, if you're like me, I actually did type in that term, except I was really desperate. And when I typed it in, there was a lot of emotion behind it. So it was probably in all capital letters. So I'm not exactly sure how you typed it in, but that's probably how you found us. Well, I did type that in, and you might be just like me. Hopefully not as bad. See, for me, I lost everything that I ever worked for. I worked a 38-year career in aviation. I was doing pretty well. I was what I thought was like this niche market where I was like this albino unicorn. I was in very high demand. I didn't think at any time in my life I would be without a job. I just never thought that would happen. But it all got fizzled out on me one day, and it started getting worse and worse, and things were going down the tubes. One day they repossessed my van. I have four kids, four grandkids, so every time we go somewhere, it's a crowd. So we had a 15-passenger van, but it's only a year old when I got it. It was a really nice van. I really enjoyed having it. It's a very versatile vehicle. But I remember the day when they came to take it away, and the tow truck driver was staring at me. Probably thought I was going to beat him up or something, but I just walked over and gave him the keys. And then I was walking back to the house, looking at my kids, and the tears are welling up in their eyes. And I'm supposed to be a strong dad, so I just told them, "Don't worry about it. They make new ones every day. Don't worry about it." But I had all I could do to keep from getting choked up myself. The house I walked into was being foreclosed on. It was a real mess. And in fact, heck, I haven't had hot water since June of 2011. I mean, I just couldn't afford it. Now I'm starting to make money and just trying to heat the house because up here in New England in March, first day of spring has already passed and we still got 3 inches of snow and it's in the teens at night. So maybe as soon as we start paying for heat, I can pay to get the hot water heater fixed. But what had happened was it all started in 2010. The aviation business started to go down. My business started to fizzle out on me, and I made about half of what I normally made. And then, I hardly made anything that year. And then I got a project from I was actually a prince in Saudi Arabia, Middle East there, and it was supposed to be $100,000 project from May it was until November, and they had given me a progress payment of 25,000, but I was supposed to make 100 off of it, and it just didn't happen. It just fizzled out on me. So I hardly made anything in that year. And then 2011, I didn't think it could possibly get worse, but it did. I made $17 for 2011. I mean, it's almost like that can't be possible, right? It's really tough when it happens to you. In 2012, I thought things were really going well. I made $150 that year, but like there was some kind of light at the end of the tunnel. But it blew my mind. I just had such a hard time believing that this was happening to me. I mean, how in the world could this happen? You're making a good living and then you lose every single thing you worked for the last 38 years. How does that happen within a 2 or 3 year span? But it happened. But this is one of the things that happened to me. In May 5th, 2011, I had stomach pains. I didn't know what the heck it was. I figured, well, I'll go to the doctor and they'll take an x-ray and they'll give me some antibiotics or something. So I went there and they said I have abscesses on my intestines. How does that happen? Well, after a lot of tests, they found out that I had some kind of infection. They had no idea what the infection was. They have no idea where it came from. And they have absolutely no idea how in the world I got it. And then the bad part was they didn't know how to fix it. So that wasn't very good. So I ended up in the hospital on an IV, and they gave me every antibiotic known to man. And I ended up going in for surgery. After I got out of the surgery, the nurses were rolling me over my bed to change my sheets, and they ripped open my stitches in my belly. So after another week or so, I went back in for another surgery to close that up, which they couldn't. They ended up just closing up the skin. But so I'm starting to feel like this is Hotel California. I'm checking in, but I can't check out. And then just before I was getting out, I thought it was great. I'm finally getting out of here. And then all of a sudden I started feeling really weird. And next thing you know, I was in septic shock, and I was in all my organs were failing. My heart, my lungs, kidneys, everything was failing. I ended up on life support and in a coma for 8 days. So I finally came out of that. I didn't know at the time that I was in a coma, but I did know that I was feeling like I was going to die, staring at the walls, and I ended up being in the hospital for a month and a half. And most of the time I was staring at the walls. I couldn't figure out what in the world was happening to me, and how in the world am I going to do to make money? I mean, I just didn't know what I was going to do. It was the most desperation I've ever felt in my whole life. My wife would come in and look at me, and I didn't want to look at her because I felt like I let her down. House is being foreclosed on. We're in a financial pickle like I can't believe, and I'm laying in the hospital for a month and a half staring at the wall. Total desperation. I just didn't know what I was going to do. So at one point after I got out of the hospital, I typed in, I need to make money. I need to make money. But I couldn't get a job to save my life. I mean, nobody would take me. I just couldn't believe it. It's like, I don't know, like a black curtain came down around my life or something. I just couldn't get a job. And with a big 6-inch hole in your stomach, then they're scared to death to hire you. So I had to figure out how to make money. I need to make money. How do I do that? How in the world can I make a living? Well, I had built blogs and websites before, and I played around with it, learning how to make money, but I never really found the right way to do it. And then one day I found a mentor, and he showed me how to be a blogger and how to be an online marketer. And I love this. I love this so much, because whether I'm sitting here staring out the window looking at the snow, or whether you're on a beach somewhere, or you're traveling around the country, you can be a blogger from anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You could do this from anywhere. I mean, if you have anything at all that goes through, the thought process within your brain, you can be a blogger. But he taught me how to be successful at it. And he taught me how to go after highly targeted traffic. Now, what this guy does is he goes after areas where there's hardly anybody there, and he just takes over the search page. So that means when somebody types in something, you find him. And that's it. So all the traffic goes to him. And he showed me how to do this. So I feel bad. There's 23 million people out of work in this country. The economy is not stable. People have lost their jobs. People have... they're underemployed if they're not unemployed. So I wanted to teach people how to do the same thing that I'm learning how to do. But it has been up till now pretty much a hobby, more of I just want to pay it back type of thing. But now I found something, and now it's a game changer. There's no more hobby, I can't do it as a hobby. So what I do is I teach people how to earn a living by becoming a blogger. And what I do is I basically teach them to share their pain, or share their joy, or their passion. I'll show you how to make a living at it. I mean, you can share recipes. You can share how I built this birdhouse with my grandson. You can blog about anything, and I'll show you how to make money off of it. Because I have a mentor, and he's taught me an awful lot. And now I found something even since then. It's just changing our lives here, and I want to share it with everybody else, because I know there are people just like me out there. And what we found is awesome. So what I've decided to do is I created a team. Some of us have got together from all walks of life. We got a doctor, we got an MBA in finance, we got a single mom. We got all sorts of people, but we all have our own talents. And me, I like making web pages, and I like making blogs. So we all got together and we formed this team, the Harvest Time team. Why Harvest Time? Because you know what? Sometimes you work your butt off your whole life, and you need to have a harvest. You need to have a period where, they talk about the golden years when you get old. I don't want to wait till I get old. I've been through enough now. I want my harvest time now. And that's why we call it the Harvest Time team. But basically, it's a group of us, and we know the obstacles for a person just getting started into blogging. We know what it is. We've been through it. So we want to make that easier. So what we found was Level 1 Network. It is a guy who's been phenomenally blessed in online marketing. He's made millions, and he's a computer programmer. So what he did was he built this thing from the ground up, but it's a brand new company. It just started February 25th, and that's the day I got in. But it's only like three and a half weeks old while I'm doing this video. But it's a pre-made blogging system. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do any graphics. You don't have to do any templates. You don't have to do anything. You just get in there and blog. You just go in there and write, put what your passion is, and put it on a page. And it's got a built-in business to it. It's called affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing, if you've heard of Amazon.com, you've heard of affiliate marketing, you just don't know it. You see, Amazon.com has products that they don't own, they don't make, and they don't even stock. You go in there and you buy it, it's on their website. When you click on it to buy it, they take your money, and then they order it from these other people and they send it to you. Now, there are products that are in Amazon's warehouse. They do have products, not that they don't have anything, but they are an affiliate marketing company as well, and they have affiliate. I'm an affiliate marketer with Amazon, so if I have a book that I like and I put it on my website and somebody clicks on it and they buy it, I get a commission. And that's how things work. Amazon.com, GoDaddy.com, Netflix, all of these people have affiliate marketing programs. Well, this company has an affiliate marketing program. So it's not multi-level marketing, calm down. It's an affiliate program. You sell a blogging system, you get paid. It's that easy. But you don't have to sell anything. I'm going to show you there's a difference between marketing and selling. I don't like selling anything, but I love marketing. See, marketing is when you find somebody with a headache and you slide the aspirin across the table and put it in front of them. If I try to sell them that aspirin for 5 cents or 50 cents when they didn't have a headache, they would not buy one from me. But when they have a headache and I slide that thing, they'll give me $5 for it. You know what I'm saying? If you have a need, and you put the answer in front of that need, if somebody asks a question, you put the answer there, you can make money off of it. And that's what we do. And that's how we get paid through this blogging system. So this thing is made to go viral. I mean, they call it front page exposure. The blogging system gives you front page exposure. What that means is when somebody goes to level1network.com, they're going to find you. You're there. They can actually find you, or they can look for you. But it's a matter of being found on the internet. That's how you make money. But now this crazy computer programmer guy, he's adding a video network to it. So this is like Facebook and YouTube put together. This thing is going to go nuts. It is already going nuts. But this is the coolest thing I've ever found in my life. And, we're all starting to make money and we're all starting to build our teams. And it's like, we got to get more people involved. This is really cool. So, and it's a blogging system as easy as commenting on Facebook. If you can go in there and you know how to put a comment in or edit it or whatever, you know how to do this. You can do this. It's that simple, And if you've never done blogging, or you don't know anything about this is fine, because we're going to teach you. I'm going to give it all to you. I'm going to give it away. You see, you and I have the same drive, and we're looking for the same thing. If you typed in that phrase, I need to make money, you and I are on the same page. I told you my story. You already know where I'm coming from. You know where I'm coming from. But I want to help other people along the way too. There's people out of work. There's 23 million people out there with no job. There's people out there that are underemployed. So what we did was we formed this team, and we give you the tools. We give you the resources. We make sales pages. If you found this video and it's got a green background to it, I made this page, and you can share this with the world and you can make money from it. I make it for you. I'm building a website. If you go to harvesttime.com, harvesttimeteam.com, there's a website there. I am making that for the team. I need 2 more videos, and then I'm done with it. I'm going to start handing it out to the team. And this is so cool. We're just giving it away. Why would we do that? Because if you're brand new, you don't know how to do this. So we want you to make money right away. We give you the tools. We give you the resources. We give you a sales page. We give you websites. We give it all to you. You start making money, and then you start learning how you got the money. So you start making money right away. Why? Because you need the money. I know you do, just like I do. But we work together as a team, and it is so cool. I have some of the best people on earth on our team. It's so cool. So right below this, if you're on that green page, right below that, there's a spot to put your name and email address. Contact us. Take a look at this. Let me show you a little bit more, and then you can work with us on our team. I'll talk to you later. Bye.